Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy III for the Nintendo Famicom system. Let's enter Castle Sasune here. Hey, somebody's here to greet us. The djinn has cursed everyone in this castle into a ghost. I only escaped the curse because I was out running errands. Only a mythril ring can seal the djinn, but it seems that Kazus has also been cursed. What to do? So all these guys are going to say the same thing. They're going to say, the djinn's curse has left me in this wretched state. How am I supposed to live like this? Well, we'll see what we can do. So, we know that the princess, she has a mythril ring. Maybe she escaped the curse, so let's see if we can find her. Princess Sara, which is a good throwback to Final Fantasy I. She was the princess who was kidnapped by Garland, our first mission in that game. I'm King Sasune. The djinn cursed everyone. To lift the curse, the djinn must be resealed. Where's the djinn? In the sealed cave up north. We need a mythril ring to seal him, but Princess Sara has one. Oh, a mythril ring from Kazus was made for her. But where is she now? Did the djinn take her? Oh no. We'll go to the cave and find her. Such warriors you are. There's a secret path in the sealed cave. Find the skeleton key, seal the djinn, and save us all. The Right Slayer, Bane of the Undead, is stored atop the western tower. Only Red Mage may wield it. The sealed cave is guarded by undead monsters. They may be defeated by casting Cure. Well, let's go get that Right Slayer. This is one of the reasons why I have a Red Mage. So I can use that sword. It's really powerful. Now see up there, in the upper left corner of that block, there's a little gray dot. You'll see it over here as well. That's usually an indication that there's a secret passage. So let's go through the secret passage, get some treasure. We got a lot of money in these two chests. And down here we have a spring. This is the spring that we're going to eventually seal the djinn back in. But first we have to find the princess and her mithril ring and then defeat the djinn. But we're going to need to be a little bit stronger to do that. So let's get some treasure to help us out. Including that Right Slayer. That'll be a good weapon. The Blizzard spell will also be good. We'll give that to our Red Mage. And there's another secret passageway right here that isn't so obvious. And we get a Tonfa, which is a weapon for the monk that we have. So we'll equip that on him and give that Blizzard spell then to the Red Mage. Now, when we go over to the Western Tower to find that Right Slayer sword, we have to be careful over there because there are enemies in there, so... but they're not too difficult. You can always stay here, sleep in one of the beds. That'll restore your hit points and magic points. So if it's taking you a while to find all the enemies, so let's use that. Use our items and that new equipment that we got, and just take off one of the nunchucks, get the Tonfu, get another 8 attack. All right, so let's head on up. And we'll inform the enemies then in a little bit. The holy arrows, and some wooden arrows. And here's a treasure chest, looks important. Uh-oh, we got into an enemy before that. So new enemy here, the zombies. Undead, so we can hit them with the Cure spell. A lot of the enemies in the next dungeon, the cave with the djinn, the sealed cave, they're also going to be undead, so a White Mage will be able to use some of her spells to deal damage. Pretty powerful too, so because White Magic is classified as holy, the Cure spells are, so they do extra damage to the undead there. This guy can be pretty tough, especially if he gets a critical hit. One thing you can do is, during battle, you can switch out your weapons. So you just go to your item command, press left to choose the weapon that you're currently using, press the A button to select that weapon, and then you can switch it out for a weapon in your inventory. That's really good when you get these treasure chests like this that have a weapon in them. So it allowed Tangeweenie to put her Right Slayer sword on during the middle of the battle, so... Now, if somebody gets hit, like, say, Fang or Tupelo, somebody who has the guard command, and they're really low on hit points, you can guard. Guard doubles physical defense for that round. And then just have Baby Moo cast the cure spell on them. Or if you're out of cure for whatever reason, you can always use a potion. So, but that blizzard spell really helps us out in this battle, so that definitely made Tangeweenie much more potent attacker. She was able to do much more damage with the blizzard spell than with the White Slayer. Now these guys are weak against fire and holy, and the White Slayer is basically kind of holy elemental, so it's going to deal a lot of damage. You'll see Tangeweenie will be able to pretty much one-shot a lot of these enemies. So she's going to be really, really powerful in the Cave of the Seal. Let's just take these guys out. These Dark Eyes and Red Wisps are basically enemies that are in this tower, so that we can really only find in this tower. So we want to make sure that we grab them here. If you're trying to fill out your bestiary or show them off. Dark Eyes are pretty much found everywhere in the tower. Toward the top we get like undead like mummies and zombies. And on the first floor of the tower is where we can find the Red Wisps. So we're going to be heading down to the first floor here. Walk around that for a little bit to get into a battle with those Red Wisps. Here we go. By the way, we got some more Dark Eyes, and there's the Red Wisp there. So Tangeweenie can take out that eye there. She's got that White Slayer now. Yep. So yeah, obviously elemental properties on swords and weapons actually work in this game, so just how they did in Final Fantasy II, so unlike the first Final Fantasy, so yay, they learned how to code properly. They retain that knowledge. So here we go. Red Wisp is out of the way. And now we're going to head over to the other tower. There's some treasure over there, but luckily there's no more monsters over there. I wanted to do this tower first too, because at the top of this tower there's another bed that we can rest in. This way, it pretty much mirrors the other tower for the most part. But at the top of the tower, instead of the White Slayer, we have this bedroom here, which we, for some reason, we know is the princess's bedroom. Because Fang said, hey, let's sleep in the princess's bed. I hope somebody comes and changes the sheets. So, but that heals us up. And now we're going to leave this area right now. We're going to step outside, and we could go to that cave up there, this Cave of the Seal, but that's a pretty decently sized dungeon. So before we do that, we're going to get a little bit stronger, and there's a few more, there's 2 enemies that we can encounter in this area. So just to fill out our bestiary and get our strength up a little bit, we're going to head in here. So this is a good time if you want to do some level grinding. You don't have to. But getting to say level 6 or 7 will definitely help you out. My characters right now are at level 5, so we will get to level 6 after this little grind. Here's the first of the enemies, the werewolves. So, unlike the undead, these guys have no weaknesses, so just hit them with your best fighters. Tangeweenie will use Blizzard when she can, because Blizzard gives her more job points. Gives her 12 as opposed to fighting, which gives her 8. Baby Moo will just try to use magic as much as possible because that gives her 12. So this is, like I said, one way to, build up the your job levels. We're really good mainly for Fang and Tupelo, because they gain, at their 4th job level, they'll gain that +1 to their accuracy. Baby Moo and Tangeweenie will need level 16 in their jobs before they get that magic multiplier to make their magic a little bit more effective. That's probably not going to happen. But so unfortunately, the last enemy that we need to encounter here is going to take a little while to find out. But like I said, it gives us a good chance to build up our experience, and then also build up our job levels. So, and then after this, then we can, easily head back to the Cave of the Seal. Like the king said, the Cave of the Seal is up to the north. So you have to fly up over a lake to get to it. So I wonder how the princess got there. Well, we'll find out eventually. But let's just keep wandering the desert here, and eventually we'll find that last random encounter. Now, besides the werewolves that we just encountered here, the other encounter that we'll get a lot of in here is those killer bees. So you might want to save some of your charges of Baby Moo, your white mage, of that Poisona spell. That way you don't have to use any of your antidotes. So you may not actually want to deplete all her magic charges. If you do deplete all your magic charges, though, you can easily go back to Sasune Castle there. Just go into the first floor there to where those 4 ghosts were, basically saying, like, how am I supposed to live like this? You can just step on one of their beds and sleep. Or you can also fly up to They have the healing station inside the Elder's house. And there's also, remember, the inn will allow you to stay there for free. So you have 3 options to basically heal yourself up. So, like I said, this could be potentially a good place to grind a little bit, but like I said, we don't really need to grind to do the next area. But like I said, I just want to show off all the enemies, so I want to grab this one before, because after we get out of this area, we're not going to be really walking around this area where this monster will be located, because we'll be flying around the airship, and we'll find a way to get past that rock. So that rock's causing so much trouble. We were told like that keeps that one guy in drinking, because he's like, oh, I can't go back to my town because of the rock. So that's pretty much how Dragon Quest 9 starts out too, kind of. Your first kind of mission is this big rock blocking a passageway to a town. So, like I said, it's a pretty good game. I enjoyed it, but the problem was, like I said, with my obsessive compulsive, getting all the enemies, getting all their drops, put so much time into it. Basically, because that game actually has an in-game bestiary, and it shows you all the monsters you defeated, all their drops and stuff, so me filling it out basically made me realize that I can't play Dragon Quest 7 and 8 for the DS, because it would destroy my life. Alright, here we go. We finally got this enemy, the Berserker. So, I'm getting flashbacks to Dragon Quest 2, where there's these Berserkers that are pretty tough enemies. These Berserkers, not so much. So there's their hit points there, 30 hit points. Like I said, common enemy, no weaknesses, but tend to come in big packs like this. So, but otherwise, just a vanilla enemy, which is to be expected. I mean, it's we're still in the beginning area of the game. So, yeah, in Dragon Quest 2, they're basically about 75% way into the game. They're axe-wielding enemies, and they hit really hard. So, high critical hit rate, so very dangerous, unlike these ones. But we finally got all the enemies here, so we can fly over to the castle. We can actually land on the concrete this time. We were able to do that in Final Fantasy 2, but not Final Fantasy 1, so that's a nice little change there for in both of those games. Glad they kept it in. And if these ghosts would get out of my way, I want to go sleep. Here we go. All you have to do is step on the bottom section of the bed there. We take a nap. And as we all know in RPGs, sleep heals everything. Well, for the most part. Well rested, hit points and magic points restored. Other than in some games it doesn't restore, like in Final Fantasy it doesn't restore KO, which is your knockout. So man, everybody in this castle likes to get in our way. Yeah, adding a few seconds onto this episode. Alright, so now let's head up north where we were told that the Cave of the Seal is. That's what we're going to head into in our next episode. Will the princess be there? And if so, will she have the mythril ring with her? Find out. Take care, have a good one, see you around. Bye.